Excuse me. Gosh, the energy is actually checking out already. Also quite confused because my nose is doing that thing and I didn't even get anything out yet. Like, whoa, wow, help. Okay. So there's that. Energy is strong, so I guess that kind of makes sense. What I was actually trying to even like start to eke out was the fact that I ran into a bit of male energy, okay? And the crazy part was I was all like thinking about love and connections, even connectionships, right? And I was thinking like, wow, maybe I should tap into that, okay? And I got the okay from spirit, like, yeah, we're gonna talk about love and relationship stuff tonight, right? And those that aren't aware, okay, I'm definitely in major transition right now, so a lot of my stuff is packed up, okay? And so, long story short, I go to do my little deep dive in my little nook and granny area to kind of sift through some of these decks. And the first deck that I pull out, interestingly enough, is one of my decks that I consult when there is heavy presence of evil eye suspected and or already found out, just to get some clarity, right? Not a doom and gloom message tonight, you guys, I promise, either way. It's just that we gotta talk about some things sometimes because people are looking for confirmation, not validation. That's different, right? But confirmation of things that you've maybe been suspecting, confirmation even of downloads that you've already received, even of things that your own intuition has been maybe even screaming at you. All right, love and light that download, Jay. So I know once we kind of get to the nitty gritty, you guys might feel like this is a little bit bittersweet to talk about, but I need you to know it ends so well. And I feel like the reason why I want to say I need you to know that is for those that resonate with this. Some of you guys are in separation. I mean, like, some people just, they try some fuck shit to the point where they really do affect other connections and, areas of concern, as well as health, including that of financial health. Okay. And I do have to say, for those that really might be, thinking about being stubborn about not taking heed to the message, or maybe being stubborn about giving people seconds, thirds, and fifth chances at, kind of making shit make sense and still not. I mean, it's your free will to kind of faffle on that, but I really would advise against it because, again, um, there was something. I've gone ahead and pulled most of the cards for the session tonight, so I know I can say this for anyone wondering, but there's some aspect of that connecting to your finances for those that will resonate with tonight's message. And gosh, I wouldn't want that. I know your higher self damn sure wouldn't want that. I know you, if you, or once you have more understanding, or dare I say awareness of some things that we might have to kind of talk about tonight, you should be on board with making the decision to, cut some of these soul ties, all right? um, and really be aware of who you are allowing to have access, and also being aware of why that is, right? Sometimes we can have friends, connections, connectionships, and it's like, yeah, well, if we reflect, okay, maybe they're providing a service, whether this is just one of status. Well, it looks good to be so and so's friend, well, she looks good on my arm, of course I'm gonna pick her, right? And it's like, well, what's the other stuff there, though? Because sometimes in that other stuff, when you FAFO, you realize, oh, I'm dismissing red flags or settling, right? You guys, people settle in all different kinds of connections. It doesn't have to be just the amorous or the romantic type of love kind of thing, right? And what I'm seeing tonight, you guys, is somebody really disguise themselves as some form of life partner here. Okay. For perhaps a portion of you, I do have to be mindful because of some other cards that came out, not just these. That some of you, this is someone who really it's interesting life partner would come out like that. There could be some significance to LGBTQ plus community, but that's not even why I say that. It's because some of you, these people were um, making it seem like they were really in your corner, right? Whether romantically or not, right? So some of you, that might be a friend, you might say a best friend, doesn't always have to be the case. And again, for a large majority of you, we're talking about somebody who, is a scorned lover, whether in their mind, simply and solely, they're in love with you, or there was a different timeline. Thankfully, it shifted. And you both were perhaps a vibrational frequency match back in the day, right? Kind of thing. But I digress. This person, these people, it's a grouping here for sure, right? Not just one person, I promise. Okay. They are needing, wanting, desiring supply. Aha. Okay, with the energy vampire and the cord. Okay, hence break off the ties, you guys. It's one thing to physically get away from somebody really tried to get away with some shit. Yeah, that's crazy. It's one thing to physically like remove yourself or that person from the situation, from the environment, but you really do have to take care of the energy. That's why we say this life is far more spiritual than you might say. And it's why we also say simultaneously, basically, the sentiment of energy is everything. Love and light, country love. So, these people are trying it. It's like, oh, well, if I can't have you, no one will have you kind of thing. It's like, oh, well, if I can't have you, oh, well, if you're not going to let me just have you, like, what? Like, these people are crashing out. And long story short, it's because some people, if you can call them that, right? This is not me trying to make it seem like somebody's better than somebody here. I'm literally talking about like just matter of factly as best I possibly can. I know it's late, but people, I use the term loosely, okay? Because here's the thing. If you are of a situation, there's that word again, right? Where you're not getting supply energy, okay, which, yeah, it is everything, but shouldn't you create your own? Well, some people, whatever they could create on their own energetically ain't shit. That's why they get looked over. That's why no one really gives a fuck about them. It's why they feel the need to manipulate. It's why they feel the need to control when there is no narrative to control. There's levels of distortion there, hence the holding on, right? Like, if I can't have you, if I can't love you all the time, right? And it's like, does that even sound like love? If I can't, what now all the time? Well, what now? Even if we're talking about making love, if somebody literally with a straight face said, if I can't make love to you all the time, then no one will make love to that's not loving. It's not do you even know what making love means? Like, did you ever know about that? Like, really, you'd have to really question that about an individual with a straight face speaking their version of facts. There's a distortion there. Love and light, Fiona. Love and light, potato, potato, right? And so, these people, they're having crash outs because, some of you walked away. It's like, block, thank you, next. Actually, not even a next. And barely a thank you because you already knew that you were settling. You already knew that something was amiss, right? You already knew the fucking red flags were waving around. Okay? Some of you, not everybody, right? And, when you look back, sometimes you did know and other times you didn't. Well, late, Susan. So, and as I look down, listen, warning. Spirit really wants you to make sure that you walk away from this session, those that will resonate, really understanding that the assignment here is to no longer, I don't care where you are on the path at this. Some of you, you're veterans, you're like, ain't no way I'm fucking dismissing a red flag. I will burn it down before I dismiss it. I get it, right? But we're talking collective here because it's a collective general message, right? Even though we're talking about love and this connectionship and some evil life, right? But don't dismiss any freaking red flags anywhere. If they're coming from you, please and thank you just the same. Do not dismiss your own flippity flap shit, okay? you've got to face it to go through it sometimes, you guys. Avoidance is not really the answer here. You know, think about it. We are co-creating this experience. We are building, right? And we're talking front lines, new earth energy. Not hopping rocks, not hopping from one planet to the next, right? Not even recreating the wheel, I promise, okay? But it is something very conscious based. And I was speaking with an individual earlier tonight, who also was like-minded, and man, that was such a treat, you guys. I literally just last night was like, there's nobody in the general vicinity, right? I mean, I know that guy looks like Prince, but I mean, I don't know what his mind, you know, and me being a sapiosexual, I need the mental, all of that to get any kind of other stuff going on, which is a lot fun too, right? I recall. um, but I digress. And so, um, there's some synchronicity here, okay? There could be eyes on you, in certain areas where maybe you're not actually aware of. Yeah, see, the thing here is, you guys, when you don't break some of these ties, or when you're not energetically protecting yourself, and it's not a doom and gloom message, but it's just kind of like, could you imagine if every time you took a shower, right? Like, let's say you only showered, I'm not calling anyone out, like, if this is you, sorry, I guess I'm channeling it, but the example that I need to eke out here, just generically, okay, is, let's say somebody has access to a shower once a week, whether that's because of their mental health or because of their physicality, all right? Different, you know, it's just an example, right? And on top of it, all you did when you got in that weekly shower was stood under the water. And on top of it, the water was always cold. And, you know, maybe you stood under there for, we'll say 3 minutes, right? But you never scrubbed, rubbed. You just literally just, so, you know, dead ass, you come out of that shower that you just took there, if you can call it that, still stinky, right? Probably. Just saying. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, right? Chances are, okay? So, same deal with your spiritual protection, right? And I'm not word cursing, it's just that, you know, your angels are doing the damn thing. We are, you know, bang up job spiritual guidance team. I mean, they even came through with the come through tonight talking about, listen here, we are ever present and ever ready, right? Doing their part. You have your part to do too, and sometimes that means scrub, and sometimes it means rub, and sometimes it means other things, okay? So do what helps you cleanse and clear and alchemize, right? I said I need to scrub till your skin makes it. Right, like there's like layers to this. I got different soaps. I'm like, so I got like a soap for this, a soap for this, and then I'll have like 2 to 3 soaps just for the same, like, nah, I like this when it does that. This one tingles, and then this one just, there's no skin left after. No, and stuff. But you know, like, I just like to, you know, feel clean. Okay, there's some wealth to feeling clean. I do believe there's some abundance and, dare I say, sanity. So, but anyhow, you guys, cleanse, you know, clear, whether that means fire, smoke, you know, water, you know, do what works for you. Okay, I'm not gonna go through the whole laundry list, because some people could try 3 off of the list, and it's like, what are you talking about, love? Like, I'm not connecting, right? So you've got a FAFO on that too, and that's, again, you doing your part, right? Um, but be mindful if this resonates so far, you guys. You definitely have to address the cord cutting, all right? Now, if you want to, like, go pay somebody to do that, that's your free will. I do believe that those that are capable, um, of really just setting their own intentions, all right, however ritualistic you want to get at that or not, you know, just address it. Does that make sense? You know, prayer and meditation comes to mind, yes, but also, words of affirmation, right? It's just like, if you know somebody just cannot fucking keep your name and existence out of their mouth, out of their ass, even, right? Like, just, you know, with, again, that level of distortion energy, the evil eye energy, you just start affirming that anyone who really is sending me anything, you know, whether good, bad, or ugly my way, it just automatically turns into, you know, blessings and abundance and doubly. So, you know, you just learn to protect and cover and keep moving, bobbing and weaving, right? But damn sure do not dismiss any red flags, all right? So, that's our opener here. Basically, we're going to ring the bells. I'm guided to now do so and get into the free yes nos tonight. Okay, please and thank you. Follow along the rules. Everybody subscribe, tell a friend. All right, definitely looking to grow the numbers here because I don't know, after what I experienced tonight, I'm thinking, man, there is definitely a need for some of the discussions that we do have across the collective, okay? We're learning and growing our souls here, and I think that it would be an amazing world to see, you know, more of us kind of gather in group and with intention and, you know, safe conversation and healing. I think it would be a beautiful world, a beautiful place, a beautiful experience. And if you're with me, I just want to say thank you for already doing your part to co-create that experience. It's the way that we always say, you know, the dream works with our teamwork. That's exactly what happens when you guys even make the choice to come on, right, and to sit for a spell, as it were. All right. So please, if you come on here and you ask me for free tarot, right, and you're following the rules beautifully, I still need you to know there's something in the session. All right. Just us hanging out together is healing. All right. So I really hope that you take it serious enough to not come on, order from the clown's mouth, as it were, and then hop off. All right. I want to create an experience together. I'm sorry that I can't make every nook and cranny of every aspect of every reading, of every session resonate for you. But I promise you, sticking around and hanging out should be pleasurable, fun, and dare I say insightful. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, you know? Just saying. Okay. So thank you for those that will. All right. Um, all right, let's see here. Welcome late, Fiona, if I didn't already say that. Thanks for coming on and being amazing as usual. We are all amazing. All right, you guys. Getting through just even 15 minutes at a time, depending on the day, depending on, you know, the hour even. Okay, so please give yourselves grace for doing some of the hard stuff. All right, don't be the one that just glosses over, like, just because, well, no one else is there to do it, or no one else quote unquote can do it, or, you know, don't be that one that just kind of also kind of stands in line expecting you to be that workhorse, expecting you to be that overgiver, expecting you to be outside of balance. Does that make sense? Because you guys, if you're doing a bang up job and you never give yourselves grace, you never are part and parcel of your own cheerleading section, I need you to know that's not being inside of the realm of balance. Okay. It's almost like there are, we talk about spiritual laws, but there are other aspects, even to this co-created experience, this realm, this earth, right? And so, you know, laws of physics comes to mind, and the understanding that for every action there is a reaction, right? So you got to be mindful, like, how are you treating yourselves? You know, are you just getting up, not giving yourself time to address, like, actually how your body feels before you start your day? Or are you just sliding out the bed, going, go, get me the nearest caffeine beverage? And, you know, and the reason why I'm asking you to check is because I know what that life is like, okay? And it leads to nothing really healthful, okay? You know, whether you want to say that, you know, you um are fat or not, I'm really talking about health, you guys. There are some real thin people out there, with certain diseases like diabetes, and, you know, just the same, there are some very heavy people out there that surprisingly, you know, they don't have that. So, you know, it's not about just that, it's about the actual health, because without health, you're not really getting too far. It's like, maybe, you speaking of diabetes, it's like, okay, so now you've lost your limbs. Or are you getting up the stairs anymore to go make sure that such and such is taken care of? Or do you have to pay someone now to go up this? Like, things will take from you if you let them, right? And one of those things, interestingly enough, is avoidance. Okay? Avoidance can take from you if you let it, right? Another thing that comes to mind, I don't know why I'm talking about this, is stubbornness. Okay? So be mindful, you guys. Um, walk with purpose, walk with intention. And when you do those, and when you intend to do those, you walk with power nonetheless. Okay? Um, is new love coming? Okay, let's see here for Susan. New love. And then we've got country. Ooh, damn, I agree. Okay, let me focus. Yes, you may have a conversation in the near future. This could be from anywhere between now to the month of August. Okay, doesn't have to be the case. And I do see that, you've got stormy weather energetically in that heart space. Okay, please know your feelings are valid, but please know feeling through them, and not just ruminating over them, feeling through them, meaning, okay, I do admit that I feel this way, and so the best way to kind of guide myself beyond the pain, okay, really is to pour into me. Okay, it's like, if you wish that, let's say for this example, the guy's name is Tony, right? If you wish that Tony would say, who cares what the words are, then go into the mirror or lay in your bed and say that to you, with intention, and feel it, and mean it the way you would tell anyone else, right? Because, of course, your love is pure. Your love is, you might say, Susan, and anyone else who can resonate with this, oh, I love hard. Or when I love, with my whole being, right? Okay, but do you first, right? And then as you do this, you're really kind of magnetizing the situation to the point where it's like, now you can with someone else, okay? But that's a yes. Long story short, Susan, hopefully that made sense. I feel like I'm all over the place, but okay, let's see here about Danny. Let's see if I can connect with this. For country love. Ooh. Why'd the same card come out, bro? And I watched it, like, I watched the cards shuffle through the deck. That's crazy. So that, and why would this still be, well, I guess I get why this would still be at the bottom, but, ooh, look, I just cut the deck. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Well, maybe whatever conversation you had, Country Love, did give him clarity, or did give Danny some sort of, like, catalytic energy to be like, this is definitely an agreement, okay? The Sun card, yeah, it's the happiest card of every tarot deck. It's almost like this. Your intuition is like, yes, it's going to be an agreement. Only because the Queen of Cups was sticking out. And she's the most, well, I don't want to say the most, but she's notorious for being quite intuitive out of all the queens, okay? But that's what I have for you. I kind of want to say congratulations. Country Love? That's so that's what I have for you, babe. Okay. Potato. Okay, let's see. Is it confrontational? Okay, let me see. When the Magician comes out, so something like that. And this is the card at the bottom of the deck. I just go, you're gonna get what you believe you're gonna get. Does that make sense? Like, if you see, you guys, I mean, this is still potato, but let's say it's not even about reconciliation. Like, let's say it's like a job interview, right? And it's like, I really want to get a job, But then every time you think about getting a job, in your mental space, it's almost like this window opens up and it's like you sitting there just like being straight rejected. Like just it's like, wait, what job is this even an application? Like did this happen yet? We didn't even is the resume completed even? Like what are you talking about? You know, and we have, you know, the ability, but also depending on what all you're going through, you know, we were talking evil eye tonight, could have evil eye on you. It's like, you know, so and so should never have this job. I don't want to ever, you know, hear about so and so having a job, right? Evil eye happens all the time. Okay, they try it doesn't mean it's successful, but sometimes, okay, when you've got interference like that in the spiritual streets, you can kind of pick up on it, and even with your free will, tap in and be like, yeah, I'm gonna run with that narrative. Oh, probably not getting that. Probably not gonna be accepted there. Probably not gonna be successful. Like, and next thing you know, you're co-creating with your spiritual badass type of energy, right? And again, John Wick comes to mind. Maybe somebody's name is Jock. Jock. I don't know. That was weird. John Wick. Um, that was so weird. But potato. You want to know what's underneath the magician? Fucking divine breakthrough assistant type of energy, abundance, right? And maybe somebody is also getting a job, okay? That might not be for you, potato, but it could be. I'm not here to restrict you. You guys, when we talk about some of these things, you know, I'm often channeling and I don't know it, right? So I'm thinking like it's me being like, yeah, no, I have this idea. But I've had many people who I speak with regularly in my life, like my private life, and they've confirmed that I just have this thing where I just I read energy, man. I will get up in somebody's mouth so fast and not know, and I'll be like, hey, how about like, did you ever think about like such and such, to the point where it's a little annoying because I go, why that? Like, do I have original thoughts then? Question mark. Because why is it that I'm always tracing through some freaking energy, like residually and otherwise? Like, it is so odd, almost off-putting for me personally, and scary to others too. I mean, there's that, and I don't mean to be or intend to be scary. Trying to ferret through some of this shit myself. So, but you know, hey, you want this because it seems pretty great to me, potato, right? But at the same time, is this what you're doing? Because should you do that if you want this? Because, you know, that's not the vibe. That it's not even a match. How is this? I mean, also, if you're going to be at a table, probably just stay upright. Like, you don't need to lay down underneath it and then put all the silverware inside of your bag. You know what I mean? Like, make it make sense, okay? It's going to be what you want it to be or what you believe it to be. So you have free will, dead ass, right now, to say, well, love, these are just yes cards then. But here's the no at the bottom of the deck. So to see, ooh, mental calisthenics again, huh? Which one to choose? What do I want? What is the vibe? What do I believe? What do I believe I receive? Well, maybe you'd have to start with, what do you deserve? Do you deserve to have an apology that's going to be confrontational? Is that the issue? Ooh, did I get in that ass? Ooh, potato. Because, you know, do you know how many times you guys were on, like, the super ginormously great side of karma, and we're sitting there going, I'm a bad person, and I hope God don't hate me. Whole time, God is like, whole time universe is like, whole time the divine is like, there's my special one. Look at him. Look at them. Look at her. You know, we're doing stuff like crying in our pillow and, you know, nervously eating. You know, so you really do have to do some of this mental work every now and again just to make sure you're in balance, okay? And it's part of the lifestyle and it's part of the self-care, the maintenance, if you will. Again, going back to that shower reference, you wouldn't just stand there in your right mind, to be clear, right? Whether you're doing it more than once a week or not, under the water doing nothing. Not even lifting your arm up, not bending around, twisting. You're just, it's my shower. 3 minutes are up. Guess I'll step out from under it now. I'm like, and no soap? Like nothing? Right? That would be bad. Um, Susie, you're gonna get through it. I know you will. You're getting through it now, you know? Love and light. You guys, welcome in. Okay, let's see. You have an evil eye bracelet, Fiona? Man, I was making some jewelry today. Um, God, I was having talks with myself like, you literally need no more jewelry. And simultaneously was having the best time ever just banging out a couple pieces that I really had no business banging out, but they brought me joy. And in that moment of joy, it was giving life of ease. And I was just like going with it, like, this feels good. And then I thought, why do I do this? Because how is this? I'm like, how is this helping? But I know that it's me, long story short, finding balance in certain ways because I cannot literally, and I also refuse at this point to actually just like just be just a workhorse. Like I'm not built to just be just a work. Like I'm also built for pleasure, right? I'm also built for passion. I'm also built for adventure, right? Like I'm not. I refuse to just be a workhorse. Um, and at the same time, I don't plan on being lazy. I don't plan on slowing down then either. It's just that I'm inviting a lot more of pleasure and passion into my path because that's part of the spice of life package that I believe we all came here to experience, right? You know, creating in general is therapeutic, but I don't know what it is. It might be connecting to like past life shit because I just kind of get lost in the sauce. Like I just, you know, bits and bubbles and shiny thing. I love metals. I love um you know, like geometric and linear designs. I often connect architecture and architectural structures and lamp fixtures to jewelry and beads and shapes and um so like there is a bit of passion. You know, I can do many things, I can create a lot of things, but there is some sort of extraordinary passion connected that I've been noticing um to my jewelry making specifically. I do also enjoy other aspects of creation with, you know, my studio time. Um, and, you know, maybe I'm not really done exploring all of that because really, let's be honest, when you're getting into aspects of like acrylic pouring, you know, painting, things like that, or where you've got to let things dry and put layers on and stuff, you know, you definitely have to have the space for that and the proper setup. Jewelry, not necessarily the case because I've banged out pieces inside of bags, inside of boxes, inside of my car, like, you know, and it's just not the case for, you know, things like fabrics, you know, anything to do with sewing and the like, right? So maybe that's it too, maybe, or maybe you know, I just because of the durability have more of a functionality or more repetitive nature to go back to the jewelry. But man, I tell you what, I probably left to my own devices, I would just find ways to create all day and night in all of the ways that I know I enjoy, and I wonder if it would be as magnanimous of an experience as it seems to be. Like I do dream about it often because, you know, I just, again, going back to refusing to be just a workhorse. Like, I really am making sure I'm being very clear about my boundary on this with the universe, because I tell you what, me just being here and just pushing myself to push through and do all of these things that, quite frankly, seem mundane or seem soul sucking in their own regards, just ain't it. Just can't be it. Not in the new earth, right? And maybe I'm talking about that so you guys can, take notes and plug in your own coordinates. Like, I no longer am tolerating, like, just these experiences, right? And of course, like, you got to take the good with the bad. I get that. But at the same time, you got to make sure you are creating the good as pleasurably and, of course, safely, right? And as often as possible. And I think maybe that isn't talked about as much. Like, we talk about manifestation, but, you know, manifestation is just one aspect of the tool belt, if you will. Because how are you going to just piecemeal everything? You got to get into this abundant mindset, if you will, which leads you to think things like, let me create a space here for passion. That's when you know you're in the abundant mindset. It's not necessarily when the bank account and the wallets are fat, right? It's about, okay, how many times did you smile this week? How many times did you feel relieved this week? And again, incorporating that childlike wonderment, okay, really will help keep your spirit feeling alive. And it allows for you to enter into the soft era all the more, I do believe. Okay. Now, if you're asking me personally, do I believe that I personally am like 1,010% in my soft era? I'm pretty sure you could check the numbers. All right, still very much on my way to the top. Okay, right? We're all doing the work. But at the same time, I know that I'm nowhere vibrationally and I no longer resonate, just my personal truth, with some of my older versions of self. I mean, even connecting back to some aspects of my childhood. And I'm okay with that because I did that, you know, like I did the work. And, I'm not saying it like I'm better than anyone else. I'm saying it like, hey, you guys, when you do your own self reflection, right, of where you are and what all you climbed out of, okay, and it doesn't matter, like, it's not a contest here. This is a safe space. We're all on different aspects of the path. Like, maybe some of you could teach me a few things, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying it like, somebody's better than anyone. But at the same time, you guys doing the work, you're going to see for yourselves, okay? I am stronger now. Like, yeah, that shit did not kill me. Like, yeah, the evil eye, they tried it. Like, oh, yeah, like, I didn't get that job. Like, oh, yeah, like, I couldn't keep the relationship between me and so good, right? And it's like, okay, when you look with that spiritual lens and not necessarily the emotional one, you guys, you can really see how life is happening for you. Change and transition, just like that tower card from the tarot, you guys, does not have to mean doom and gloom, fire and brimstone, all hell breaking loose, you being on the bad side of karma, God hating you. It doesn't, okay? It means change and transition. Now, can it feel like some of those things, or maybe all of them? So, okay? And that's when you got to know, even then, feelings are valid, feel through them, get past them. Because if not, you're not addressing them and they are holding you back. Isn't that weird? You would think avoidance would mean they wouldn't hold you back. But again, avoidance is not really on the menu too much right now, you guys, as far as I can tell. It's like, oh, did you clean that up yet? Oh, did you handle that? Did you file that yet? It's really change and transition. Many of us, we ask for new lives in our own special way. I'm not saying like you literally said, "Dear God, I'd like a new life, please." But I know many of you said, "I no longer intend to tolerate these things. I no longer want liars in my life. I no longer want mismatched vibrational frequency energy around. Okay. And so that means exactly what that's got to mean. And, you don't get much of anything without some form of going back to those spiritual and other types of principles, give and take, ebb and flow, sacrifice, you might say. And you should be talking sacrifice if you are expecting a new life, okay, to receive that soft era, that new timeline, okay, where the abundance is prevalent, obvious, it's giving. There will be signs. You won't have to talk about it because it will just show. But even then, get ready for the haters carting around gallons of haterade, and it's gonna be a thing because you can't have sometimes that good without some of that bad. You can't be shining like the sun without some of those bad people noticing your light. Okay, but you're well versed for this. All right, as I look down at signs and clues. All right. I do get names from Spirit. I do have some names tonight. I just got to get to that part of the session. Yeah. And you're very welcome, potato, potato. Okay, let's see here. And 3777, right? Here's the sitch. I'm not actually reading the screen in real time because although I'm amazing, right? Like I'm not, even if I could, gonna do that because it takes away from the channeling. I'm reading energy, I'm receiving downloads. Okay, I don't know if you're new to the spiritual community or not, but I'm not able to just sit there and be like, yeah, okay, you're saying that, okay, because you're not actually texting me on my cell phone while I'm like just chilling, right? I'm doing things here for the collective, right? That can include you as well. And if you felt like you weren't included, I apologize. But I do have to give myself a chance to play catch up in the chat box. And it's not just you that it happens to, okay? I wish it didn't have to always happen sometimes. But at the same time, bear with your girl. And I'm trying, right? I'm doing stuff. Okay. Um, So I don't know why you wouldn't know what your mother's name is, and maybe I misunderstood what your question was. Um, so I'm saying I get names as I get them, and I don't know what you're you were switched. Don't know about. Oh, so you're saying it like you're trying to figure out which person is your actual biological mom. So the question prior, though, do I get names, still has me a little baffled because I think I still even then misunderstood that question. I get names or initials or phrases or signs or symbols, but only as I receive them. I don't sit there and go, can I please have the name of so and so? We could do a free yes no, is so and so my mom kind of thing. But again, you guys, please read the rules and be ready when the bell does ring, okay? All right. So my apologies, it is late and I did not understand personally at the beginning there, 3777. I want to kind of get through this, you guys, because the energy is, oh my God, is it waning? I'm like waxing, waning, wax on, wax off. There's some significance to Karate Kid. Anyways, let me get out of that. Um, Back to the message at hand, really quick, pretty short and sweet, okay? I'm not even really pulling from the tarot. Some of these people, whether this is a scorn lover, or, a friend or someone, okay, that claimed to be in your corner that really wasn't, right? They've been intentionally intending, watching my words here because I don't want to be word cursy, intentionally intending to break you away from some individual. Okay, now some of you You're still with, like maybe you live in the same, structure, whether it's a house, apartment, whatever. But you would resonate with this message if in current energies, y'all are not doing so well. Okay, whether you are physically around each other still or not. And others, you're in complete separation. Okay, it's like there's some frustration here because it's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, we it's almost like I want to say, like, we've always worked like this. We worked through worse. Like, what do you mean? Like, why is this? And there's a lot going on astrologically and spiritually, yes. So maybe you thought, okay, this is part of like that great divide effect that we've been talking about in current energies, right? That's not it. It's the fucking evil eye. Okay. And spirit wants you to know, okay, your spiritual guidance team, or like we already talked about, coming through with the come through, wants you to know that that person is your true love, your true lover. Okay, for those that resonate with this. And yes, I have pulled chart placements, and I've already gone ahead and pulled for you guys the letters. Okay. Um, Now your spiritual guidance team is saying basically next steps is just continue to move forward. All right. Stay in your lane, right? You're moving past those who have issues with you, and this no longer, it's like a non-factor. Okay. And I know some of you are saying, yeah, fucking right, because like so and so is not home in the bed with me, or however that makes sense to say, right? But your divine guidance team wants you to know the light is going to expose. It's giving, I heard 3, 2, 1, what has been going on. And some of you, this message is part and parcel of that light, or that, after effect of, receiving the information or the confirmation for some of you, or dare I say clarity. All right. It's a bit of a mixed bag here energetically that I'm reading through. That's why I'm talking a little weird right now. But this person and you deserve a second chance. Okay. Like, for real, it's not really just the heart wanting what it wants kind of thing. Spirit saying trust. Now, for those that are trying to freak out about the time apart, okay, it's it's just like the tale as old as time. It's like the evil eye. Plug in the coordinates, right? Oh, they wanted to affect your health. Okay, so so the scales balance, and what happens every fucking time? The person that sent the fuck shit, their health is declining and then some, and the collective members just glowing up and walking around looking pretty and handsome and pretty amazing. You know, gonna thank you next. Okay, so same deal with this second chance. Okay, it's almost like, well, thank you for the break, because now I know exactly what the good is versus what the bad can be, right? And so now on the other side of this understanding, this clarity, this confirmation that, there is such a thing as a second chance, because some of you, you've got a very psychic connection with some of these individuals. Okay, general collective message, still talking about that, just saying. Okay, and so, you're picking up on, like, okay, this person's coming in. Okay, like we should have a second. Okay, like this should be coming in. Like, again, I'm hearing 3, 2, 1. Okay. Um, and of course, this is specifically honing in on the energies of those that are in this full-on separation. Like, you're not physically together, or maybe you're not even talking, or not talking every day, right? Kind of thing. Going back to the shots fired, basically, with this evil eye, the sources, okay? Spirit saying detach, okay, and see the truth clearly. I heard it like, see the truth clearly with love, right? Infuse love. It's kind of going back to that Everything Everywhere All at Once movie. It's like, infuse love into the situation so that you get through it, and get through it as unscathed as possible, and so that you gain your clarity and keep your karmic wits about you, right? You have been doing the work. You have been walking some path of some sort of mastery. Okay, self mastery, I guess, is what to say. And some of you, people, places, and things can't stay around that. Okay, and so when people start connecting those dots, it gets a little wonky sometimes. And I do pick up on the energy of like heart space activity, even coming from this source of toxicity, right? Hurt people, and hurt people obviously have feelings, even though some of them act like they, maybe don't have them. Okay, this is like the source of the toxicity because they already had, in some form or way, um, you know, gotten into some of their feelings. Again, maybe you might want to say distorted feelings makes sense, okay? But there is the heart space energy coming through, and again, cutting that cord is going to assist you with kind of not being tethered to that, okay? You can love people from afar, just the same that you always love them, okay? Except for the access. Does that make sense? All right. And so sometimes when we kind of like tell ourselves, okay, we have permission, because it's not, that's like anytime somebody says, listen, what you can no longer have, um, like religion comes to mind, like those that practice Lent, right? It's like, okay, I can't freaking have chocolate. All I want is chocolate now because I know I can't have, I shouldn't have it, right? So um you don't want to kind of have any more energetic, or dare I say emotional, interference about this. So it's best to just do your own prayer and meditation, okay? Get to the heart space energy, clear it out, cleanse your space, cleanse your vessel, cut the cord, okay? Whether you want to get super ritualistic in that, whether you want to, you know, pay somebody for that type of service or not, that's up to you, and your own intuition and your own higher self mindedness, right? But these people were intending to keep you, whether guy, girl, what have you, whether in some sort of lustful energy or not. I'm really getting that these people were just like, okay, if you're not going to give me what I've been experiencing from you, whether you want to say, basically, that is that is a version of an energetic vampire. Because, like, if you're really friends with somebody and they're having, like, a day where it's like they can't give you, punchline after punchline, like, they're not necessarily on point as far as like their top tier aspect, like being life of the party kind of thing, right? Maybe you're just having an off day, maybe you just need a day of quiet, maybe you're just not, you need to be going in within and not so much out, and checked into your outer um you know environment. If this person is your friend, right, that shouldn't be cause enough to all of a sudden not be your friend because, well, you weren't talking to me for 5 hours a day. Huh? You know? And it's really important, you guys, to do this work so that you are built up in your own selves, meaning you no longer would ever be, you wouldn't even be caught dead trying to expect someone else to be a source of your own happiness, or a source of basically anything energetically that you could produce, because you already would be experienced with self enough to know, hey, if I feel like I had a dip in my energy, right, maybe I feel a little sad, whether I understand why that might be or not, you know how to handle it. You don't go running to Jimmy and be like, Jimmy, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, I feel bad, make me feel better, I just want to feel better. Like, well, hold on. First of all, is Jimmy safe? Jimmy, blink twice if you no, let me stop. But so you want to do everything inside of the realm of sanity, right? As well as integrity. Go figure. And these people just already were starting off on the wrong footing, because how are you going to say you're an integral person while impersonating, while lying, while hiding your hand kind of thing. And so your divine guidance team really wants you to make a decision, all right, about boundaries, about access, okay? And this rejection, literally in this, as in every circumstance or as in every situation or situationship, is in its own right part and parcel of your divine protection plan. But literally, it's kind of giving, you need to decide to like reject access, walk the fuck away. Because you guys, and here's where it came out. If not, your finances are going to take a hit. And some of you already maybe think that they did, but I'm telling you, you think that. You just think that. Okay, there's something that's for somebody, maybe not all. And with this put away, the computer, I just got stop checking. If people are talking about you and maybe you are being gang stalked and maybe you are, um, working through some humiliation ritual or, etc., right? You don't want to feed into it. That's for damn sure. Like, oh my goodness. Because if you feed into it, you would have to stoop down to where they were at the fuckery, right? And I advise against that, just energetically and literally. Okay. Some of you, these people are going to come in and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean, right? The huge. And, you need to walk away. You're guided, protected. You're being asked to have the boundaries. This is part and parcel of that self-care, which is your fucking lifestyle. Remember? Okay? And this person, helped you, so you can't hate them, right? And we don't hate anybody. Some of the harshest teachers I appreciate. My mom was one of them. And she too, I'm convinced that, from the time that it was just giving, you know what, I let go and I let God. She didn't last long because I was not around energetically, physically, emotionally. As I was choosing me, like instead of like bleeding out anymore. I've done it for years. And, once you learn the spiritual lesson, you learned it. Like everybody knows, the all of, divinity knows that. So, there's a reward in that experience as well. Just the experience itself. Sorry, it doesn't necessarily come with a trophy, right? But at the same time, how we talked a few moments back, wow, like the way that we can all look back and see how, like, because it didn't kill us, whatever the it is, okay, we not only didn't die, but we're still here, still standing, and still making progress, okay? That in and of itself is the fucking trophy, okay? You gotta honor it for what it is, so it seems like you really are getting this. And by this, I mean your life. Could you imagine if, over and over again, our guides, the divine, all of the universe planted things like resources and escape plans and sustenance and protection, and we never knew it? How enjoyable would the life be if we never? It's like, well, you received it. Would you really be of the mind to say, well, as long as I receive it, I don't really need to be aware of it? I feel like there's pleasure in being aware of your spiritual protection sometimes. Even though, just the same, when you're really aware of your spiritual protection, you want to know why you're really aware of that? Because it's like you're dangling on the end of the threadiest rope off of the highest mountainous, rockiest cliff, perhaps. And it's giving, but did you die? No. Because you're spiritually protected. Ain't no way you're going to go out too soon at this thing called life, right? I hope somebody's getting that. Now, some of you, these people, they're going to come back and I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And they feel, okay, remorseful. But here's the sitch. Someone can feel remorse and really believe that it's attached to a certain aspect of the situation, and really it just is attaching to their fat ego, right? That goes like, no, I want to win. That goes like, again, if nobody, excuse me, if I can't have you, right? If I can't love you, definitely not real love. Just they think they're the distortions there, right? Then no one else. And that's where, again, there's no vibrational frequency match, you guys, and you need to accept that and walk away. Now, in the interim, I'm seeing that for some of you, you've been seeing signs, you've been receiving even telepathic communication about, this person, really also on their side of things, perhaps having their own questions, perhaps having their own desires, for you, for the rekindling of the connection, for the connection. But some of you, those really resonating with still being under the same roof with this person, or still having access the way that you normally had access inside of the connection before the fuck shit, before the third party interference, before the evil eye, intentions, right? This person is not feeling like they're seen and heard by you currently, and I'm not here delivering the message, to be clear, because it's understood that, like, your spiritual guidance team is saying there's blame on you to place for. No, I'm saying the situation, the energy, okay, as I'm tapping into it, that is the case. And I don't want anyone to be triggered by that, because I want you to be empowered by that. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, there's some sort of distorted energy here. So, okay, I now know that alchemy should be at play here for this, because this is not my portion, right? And this isn't even, it's not even like the other person's fault either. It's some after effect of the spiritual eye, or excuse me, it's the evil eye energy. All right. And again, there is some aspect of, and because I said spiritual eye, that's making me think of whenever I was trying to eke out about there's eyes on you. So again, gang stalking definitely comes to mind, because there could be a grouping, there could be a leader and some minions, as it were, right? Just trying to see if the spell work is, working the way it should, etc., etc. And your spiritual guidance team is saying, ain't no way that they're ever going to have any kind of success rate at this. Some of you may be able to attest to certain aspects of delays, certain aspects of confusion, disgruntlement. I get that, right? But I'm talking about in totality. There is some aspect to somebody's love language, specifically being that of gift giving. Okay. Now, this could be one or more of you in this connection, right? But I need you to know somebody, whether this is you or this person, has already behind the scenes either created or has purchased to present some form of gift. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is on the other person's side, not the collective, right? And this person, again, there's this psychic connection. This is a soulmate of yours. I do have the card somewhere. I forgot to make mention. All right. Um, yeah, here it is. Soulmate. Okay. And there's some significance to the way this person feels, their touch. It's almost like one of those plasma balls, like where you touch it. I'll never forget, I found out about those through Prince. It was in his Sign of the Times, which I think was like from the 70s era. Um, and so it's one of those things that, for somebody that maybe doesn't know, like you touch it and there's like electricity that you can see, and it like juts out towards your fingers, your fingertips, wherever you touch on it. It's almost like something electrical, like fiery synapse happens when you touch each other. Okay. Could be how you know that this is your person. This is a soulmate. And Spirit wants you to know there's real feelings here, you guys. This is not just about just you. This is like two tangoing with real feelings, okay? Not simply and not solely lust. This is real love. Okay. Um, and this is your spiritual partner. Okay. This is somebody that, you have, I mean, a soulmate alone, right, really is an indicator of not your first rodeo, all right? Whether you want to connect that to romanticism or not, it's the existence, okay? Not your first timeline together, not your first incarnation experience together, okay? From one to the next. And there is some aspect of, it's almost like you might not realize how anciently connected you are to this person because, hear me out, you guys both seem to be in your own ways making change. This could be, like, I know we don't have it out there, but this could be a twin flame, all right? Not that we need the title, but the only reason why I bring it up is because how in the hell, this is like you make a move, ooh, confirmation. You make a move that takes you completely out of an old version of yourself and into a new version of yourself, and so too this person. But also, hear me out, and from one incarnation to the next. So, what I mean by you might not know how anciently connected you are to this person is because y'all have been so many different types of selves, separate and apart. That's pretty neat though, right? And this is your perfect match. It's like if one of you should take 2 steps forward, right? The other person makes it there. I'm not saying it like, with a snap of the fingers. I'm not saying it's super easy, and I'm not saying it's overnight, right? And vice versa. So you guys literally, when spirit is telling you this is real feelings, this is a vibrational match and real and authentic. You don't want to miss out on this, okay? You do deserve this second chance. And many of you, I get it. You're saying, I want the second chance. I get it. As I look down and see burning desire, right? There could be some heavy aspect to 5D sex here, okay? Or beyond. Okay. Could be the case, right? But this old flame. So, I mean, the card's talking about flame. Doesn't have to be your twin flame, you guys. It's a soulmate for sure, for sure. But this is giving high level hierarchy type of soulmate, all right? And they're going to return, or this rekindling is going to happen. There is something about allowing it to happen in its natural occurrence. So there could be some divine timing, makes sense, at play here, but also there could be some logistical aspects to the timing as well that your guides are working on, for some, not all here, okay? But this person, I mean, I don't want to say this. Some of you, this person, I don't want to say that. Hold on. It's like there's love here, right? But again, depending on the separation and some logistics, right? It may not seem like it, but this person is madly in love with you. I don't know if everyone here has been properly expressed about that fact. And this card says, never cower from past wounds. Refuse to let fear extinguish your love. Leap fearlessly into the present. Oh, my nose is doing that thing. Oh my God, you guys, help. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, it's so itchy. Like, I swear, I'm like, is it vibrating? Question mark right now. Like, what the hell? I don't even have anything scenty, nothing. Refuse to let fear extinguish your love. Because of this confusion, okay, there could be perhaps like words said, things done or not done, and or not said. All right, because of the spell work and because of the heat of the moment. All right, there's a lot of psychic aspect to this connection too. So, you know how you can bite your tongue and at the same time you're like finishing the sentence of like, yeah, no, you stopped with your lips flapping, but I heard the rest of that shit, and I'm still right here in front of you. Like, what are you, huh? Right. Um, and so, depending on what all went down, right, there's some, perhaps we did talk about remorse. Maybe this is coming from your person. Maybe this is coming from both of you about each other. Okay, aside from that third party, aside from that scorn lover, that, ex-friend. The next card out says reclaim your trust. Okay, so that's double the energy of trust tonight, you guys, regarding this connection. Do you need to work on that? Okay, and I get why. I'm not judging you. And again, I want to say like your feelings are valid. But work on it so that you make room for this person to come back for this second chance that is like really feeling like it's the final. I don't want to make it sound morbid. It's just that, I feel like you're going to be good. This is giving like end game vibes once this is done, if that makes sense, right? And embrace balance. You can't be putting this person on a pedestal, just like you can't expect, this person to place you on one and still be inside of that balance that we talked about, okay, even a few moments ago. Love and light, Spoonie. Thank you, babe. Welcome. Love and light. Oh, you're an improv class. Excellent. Have fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. So stretch your body and dance with your soul is coming through. Now, I know it's no longer, self-care Sunday, but at the same time, you guys checking in and doing some of this energy work, okay, definitely would include, your physicality. And, you want to be limber, don't you, for this second chance rekindling, okay? But the card also says, don't let busyness steal your yoga time. All right. So there is some central nervous system regulation that will be assistive towards the connection. All right. And towards you entering, making room for that soft era in your divine femininity, whether guy, girl, what have you. Okay. Divine femininity, is free from rigid rules and rejects society's dictates on what a woman should be. So again, guy, girl, what have you. We're really talking about the I don't chase, I attract. Like we spoke about a few moments ago with that, when it came out, the magician energy, right? It's like it's going to be a situation of what you make of it. Now, in this quote unquote waiting period, and I say quotes hardcore heavy, okay, because ain't nobody waiting around for much of anything. You're enjoying the experience, pouring into yourself to the point where others that you know and love around you are right and properly fed from your overflow of what you've been giving and pouring into yourself. That is the balanced way to love, okay, to be clear, right? And so, it seems like you're well underway at this. This has got some people heated, though, I'm not gonna lie. And it seems like, for anyone needing that confirmation, you definitely are not simply and solely in your heart space about wanting this second connection, about that burning desire, that magnetism, that psychic connection. It's very real. All right. And I feel like I needed to tell you that. Um, and I get it. Me personally, I get that. It's like, oh my god, like, you don't necessarily have a way every step to be like, and confirmation of what I intuitively know and understand, or what the guides are telling me, or what my dream was about, kind of thing, right? Fill in the blanks there. So I'm very honored and grateful to be able to give those the confirmation that they were looking for about some of this tonight. I hope that it does reach to whomever it's for. So please and thank you, you guys. Please subscribe, tell a friend about the channel. Okay, definitely trying to get these free messages out on top of the freebies I give you. Okay, to people who definitely should be hearing them. I'll say it that way. I'm going to wrap up and we're going to have the final bell ring one more time. You guys get one free question per live stream for anyone wondering, okay? And thank you for those that hung around. I do hope you got something out of this, whether this was you for, your reading or not. But As far as initials, okay, we've got T, we've got K. Maybe somebody's name is Katie. Doesn't have to be the case, or Kate with this E here. We've got W, and we've got U. And when these came out side by side, I just got the name Woo. I also got the name Lee, but it's L-I, okay? And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the names for the person who asked. So my apologies for the confusion there. We've got R and we've got H coming out as well as F and J. And last but certainly not least, we've got V and L come out. All right, whether first, middle, or last name initial on the part of you and or the people, because there was a few here, that we maybe had spoken about. And before I forget, where the heck, okay, here we go. I was going to say, I know damn well I pulled chart placements. Okay, so as far as the chart placements, again, whether on the part of you, simply and solely, or on the part of any of these other people involved, okay, in the situationship, we've got Gemini and Capricorn coming out. All right. So no piles tonight, Spoonie. We're just wrapping up the general message. We've got, excuse me, we've got Arios. All I'm thinking is Arios. That don't sound like real food. Let me stop. It's like air puffed Oreos or something. Like, definitely not actual food. Let me just get this out. Okay. Double the energy of Scorpio. And last, certainly not least, was Pisces. Okay. Sheesh. Almost didn't make it through that one. All right, let's see what you got. Who got a question? I got a question. You got a question? Last call, you guys. It said, don't let busyness steal your yoga time. Not dizziness. That was you who said dizziness, Spoonie. Don't let me stop. But no, it was busyness. I'm getting all tongue-tied. Love and Light Dan. Okay, now let me see here while I get the job. Okay, well, I don't know where you were, Dan, a few moments ago. But actually, I was given that scenario about you guys. If you're looking for the job, you wanna definitely put the good energy behind it, right? And I get it. There's a lot of unknown variables, right? So the general consensus is that it's normal to kind of fear and worry through this, okay? But I'm telling you, Dan and anyone else who can kind of resonate with it, and we've all done it, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot energetically, right? So what I mean by that is, and I'm going to check, I promise, I don't mind consulting the cards, but what I mean by that is, what if, like, I shuffle around and I go, yes, you have the job, right? And you take that message and you go, I just don't know. I think I'm just going to worry about it because I just don't know. I'm just nervous, right? Energetically, all night, you could be fighting that yes, that was handed to you, right? That job that was handed to you. All right. So we don't want to be in the improper mind set, right? In spite of the tarot. Makes sense? So you got it. But let's, oh, look at the Magician at the bottom of the deck. It's so funny because, Dan, I don't know if you were here, but I promise you, when we were talking about that scenario with the job a few moments back, this card was part of that message. That's so funny. Spirit is on point tonight. Okay, so did you want victory and success? Because we got a card that also says yes, Dan. All right, about that job tomorrow. But looky here, Dan. Look what came out right underneath it. And that's the shit we're talking we don't do. Remember? Okay, so when you lay it down, it's this and never that, babe. Okay? And congratulations. Congratulations on your new job, babe. Oh my God, Dan. I shit you not. I promise you I'm not lying. sometimes I have this thing, I'll shuffle, I don't notice it, right? So I was doing that, right, while I was talking to you. And this fell on the floor after I say congratulations on your new job. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yay! All right, love and light, you guys. So Dan got a new job. Everyone else was good, right? Let me see. You're doing it fast. Yeah, I gotta go back to. I feel like I have been fasting because I know I low key have not been getting enough protein because of literally like physically working my body like a man right now. Like is the best way I can put it. But at the same time, it's been hard because it's like if I overeat, then I really get sluggish, like anyone else, right? So I've been like trying to make sure I'm just like fueling my shit and not like making anything worse for myself because it's just been a lot of physical, a lot of lifting, a lot of, um, just a lot, just a lot. It's been a lot. Thank you. Yes. I just got my own message, you guys. Like, Spirit's like, keep utilizing your strength because your hard work is paying off. So, I'm sharing my win with you guys because you guys, when we win here, we win together. Okay? Love and light, Sean. Thank you, Fiona, for congratulating Dan. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Oh, look at Shaw sitting there underneath the tree receiving their breakthrough soon. And the answer is yes. Okay. Now I get why you'd be looking for a breakthrough with current energies, but your divine guidance team is saying your rewards are coming in. Whatever fuck shit, literally, okay, I literally can say fuck shit because this card alone is my card for fuckery, right? 5 of Wands. So it's like you've had many opportunities to understand what it feels like to be disappointed, perhaps, right? And your spiritual guidance team is really giving it's saying, I know, right? Like judgment handing down and simultaneously breakthrough will be received. Okay. That's what I got for you, Shaw. So, don't give up. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Fiona. And Spoonie. We do have great moderators, and thank you. You know what? You know why we have great anything is because we all are great. I hope everybody gets that. I literally have the best collective hands down. I think that's also why the numbers are what they are, because not everybody can be like super amazing. I'm convinced, right? Or they can be, but I'm convinced they don't always make the choice. Yeah, that's most aptly stated. That tracks. Thank you guys for coming on. And on that note, as I just missed the freaking table and chucked half the deck onto the earth. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, Fiona, I have to see. I will do that after I hop off. I'm still bummed. I was thinking about that earlier today. I couldn't get that video to you of me singing Prince. Because if I had my way, I would just, but I know that the whole state would just probably send a damn cease and desist. But at least the system would have muted the video, so it would just look like me like crashing out in a purple code. But I really don't know why that didn't work through the email either. That is so odd. But thank you so much for sharing. You guys go over to the community, share away, let me know what you're doing. I do care. Like I get it. A lot of people lie and they say they care and they love you and they never did and they don't have the ability to do. But that's not mean. And you feel like that's mean, my goodness, why should I read your cards? You know what I mean? Because that feels like it would be unsafe. Like if you literally thought that I was on your opposition team, right? Like, oh my, there's my op. Let me go get my card reading. Like, okay, make it make sense because it's not. I did. I really did try hard. I don't know because I feel like Fiona, I don't know. I just feel like you would have like I've shown a couple people and it's like after like the first minute, it's like okay, But I feel like you would have like appreciated my handcrafted performance. No, let me stop. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm working on the next one, you guys. That's so me. Oh, let me think about this. When you say crystallized rock, is that crystallized rock? Do you mean like is it like a fossil, or is it, or maybe it's just like mixed, like matrix with certain gemstone, or maybe it's just unidentifiable. Sometimes that happens. Um, I posted a picture of a abalone shell that I made, and it's I don't know, it's pretty amazing the way nature can have all these colors and like different shapes and things, just from like one aspect of itself to the next. I just feel like I don't know. I prefer to look at life as often as I can in an artistic way because that's what makes it beautiful. I feel like if I looked at it in like a logic filled way all the time, I hate it here even more. Right? I'd probably be like, yeah, it would be bad. Oh, okay. Oh, aw. You sound like me, Fiona. It's like if you have to talk, like you need something in your hands. Like it's just like whether it's a tissue, just something. And I wonder if that's like spectrum related or not. I used to think it was anxiety related, and I know that it was kind of talked about in that way in therapy, like like it's anxiety. But I wonder if it's a little bit sensory too. Um, but that's how I am. Like I need something in my hand. Like, but the more that I've healed, the less I need something in my hands. But at the same time, healing can be kind of scary, you guys, because the more you heal, it's like the people around you that aren't, um, they make you feel like you're becoming a problem, like you're scary, your, your confidence is just off-putting, and it's like I earned this. Like I earned the right to know that I'm inside of balance when I'm confident. I'm outside of balance when I am broken down and usable, right? Oh, you mean like the anxiety rings? You mean like the spinner rings? I wanted one, but I don't know, I just haven't found one that's like the one. But those spinner rings, like you can get them, like sometimes they'll have like different gemstones on, or sometimes it's just metal. I used to have one that was like silver, so like a bunch of silver rings that made like a band, and yeah, those are pretty cool. Um, but yeah, you guys keep going. As long as you're baby stepping somewhere, you're gonna get somewhere that you've never been before. I think that's pretty cool. You know, it's just with the amount of power that we all wield, we just want to be mindful. Um, you know, to really be intentional. What all do you want to experience here, right? I mean, we could come here and live a life where we just validly go, this is shit, these are bad people, all hell is breaking loose, right? And then we could leave the earth and that would be it. But at the same time, what else can you experience here? And I think the reason why we're being asked to be intentionally specific about that is because now is the appointed time with like really, focusing in on this conscious based effort and energy and building with this new earth, dynamic. And so it makes sense. How would you build a house if you don't, how many bathrooms does it have? Oh, I don't know. You're the builder? You don't even know how many fucking bathrooms, let alone where they're located, and the mechanisms that need to be in place in order to. What? I already don't trust you. You're not working for me. Can't have a house made out of cardboard leaking every Thursday because it's raining every Tuesday, kind of thing. Okay, but keep going, and I'm really proud of us all. I hope you guys talk to yourselves about how you too are proud, because we can talk until the cows come home about, oh, your spiritual guidance team, they got your back, and they do. Same deal with the angels, archangels. Yeah, I would never say otherwise, right? But you're part of the dynamic. So, like, are you including you in that? Because it would help you to be built up in your confidence. Ask me how I know. Okay, tried and true method, right? If you're actually like pouring into you in the ways of being grace filled and honoring yourself, and rewarding yourselves with some of those aspects of praise and affirmations that in a perfect world we would just receive, perhaps outside of ourselves and with ease. But at the same time, how empowering is it to create that energy for yourself and to know you know how to empower yourself and don't really need to wait for Johnny, Jimmy, or Jerry to come by and be like, good on ya. You did good work there, son. Right? Like, no, you just know. Like, yes, I am success. I do great work. I am lovable. Right? Right. Yeah, I really appreciate you, Fiona. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to, because I also don't really understand why you can't properly participate in the group either. I want to figure that out because my goodness, like what the heck, um, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully, hopefully things will work out here soon with that. I don't know if maybe we should just try it again to delete you out of there or what, but first things first, I gotta stay focused on extreme next steps right now, you guys. Bear with your girl. It's been a journey. And thank you for, hanging out, you guys. You guys do keep me going. And I look forward to the next time. But in the meantime, you guys do rest a bit. And I think I'm going to heed my own advice. It is getting late. All right. And I want you guys to have an amazing day tomorrow because I already know that you deserve that. Okay. All right. So, but I can't know it all for you, right? You got to know it too. Okay. All right, Dan, what are you wearing tomorrow? Besides that handsome smile of yours, right? To get your job. All right. Because that's your job now. It's already yours. Right? Utilize that strength. Okay. You guys, really quick. Sometimes worry happens. I get that. I'm not judging you for the worry. All right. I'm coaching you to put your coach hat on when you recognize the worry, the anxiety, whatever you want to call it. All right. And we all have our coach hat. Okay. We all have the ability. You know how I know? Because we all connect back to source energy. All right. So you can't be connecting to the all in all, the creator, and simultaneously be like a weakling, a piece of crap. Right? Right. So utilize that strength and keep going. I wish I could promise you it would always be roses and candy and super sweet and easy and joyous, right? But I can promise you that you do have the ability to get through what all you're facing and what all you're coming out of. All right? And I'll do you one more. If you look back, if you have the audacity, okay, to look back, you'll find other examples of how you are capable even now to keep going. All right? I love you guys. Love and light, Danielle. All right, if you have subscribed here and if you have clicked the like on the video, and if you are willing to place your question into the chat box so that I can answer it in either yes or no format, Danielle, and you place that question to me in the chat box in all caps, okay, all capital letters, then yes, you may ask a question. All right, love and light, Trantzilla. Um, so yeah, because otherwise we were gonna hop off. All right, not. I don't mind. I'm just letting you know, like, why I'm just sitting here, like. So you guys get your questions in, okay? All right, let's see about Mark Trantzilla, and then we will see about Daniel's question. Thank you, Fiona. Why is this guy coming out left and right? Let me see here. Let me get a clarification code. What are you doing? And I mean, they're flipping out. It's not. So you're going to get the apology, but it's giving a sidecar message of the mofo needing balance, right? Mark needing balance. It's kind of given that hurt people hurt people. You're being asked to have your boundaries, okay? So stand up for what you believe in, meaning like, hey, if you know that you had a problem with Mark because he did something that now he has to apologize for, you need to have a boundary that goes like, we're not repeating this cycle. And if you are smart enough, okay, you're going to make sure that that message is clear, okay, to Mark. And what I mean by being smart enough is don't allow access. You know, if Mark is still being all messy, what are you going to do? Just ask him to bed then? Or, right? He's still messy. So, right? Because people apologize all the time. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Do they mean it? Did they change the behavior? And then also, but hold on, right? So now we cross-reference and did not change the behavior, but did apologize. And we're that's enough to what? Have a relationship and make a life together? No, it's not. I'm sorry. Don't lie to you. I'm not lying to you. You shouldn't lie to you. You're like, you know what I mean? So, and that's why these free yes nos can be tricky, you guys. It's like you can ask a question, you can get an answer, and the answer can be the answer, right? But my nose is like, bear with me, you guys. I know I'm speaking straight facts because my nose is doing that. But, you know, what of it, right? Like, people come on all the time. They're like, will so-and-so come back to me? Should they? Should they come back? Is it going to benefit you? Is it going to help you heal? Right? Maybe that's a better question. Because a lot of people come back. Are they having changed behavior? Often not the case. It's up to you to close out the cycle. It's up to you to say, I no longer tolerate the bullshit. I no longer settle. I no longer even look for crumbs, let alone feed off of them, right? Let alone accept them. Just saying, you guys. Be intentional. Try to take yourself seriously to the point where if your life was a game, you win, right? And it's not about being a narcissist, and it's not about fucking over everybody so that you win. It's about making sure that you are no longer fucking yourself over so that people around you also aren't. Oh, I hope somebody got that, right? I hope you all got that. To be clear, I'm not calling out any one of you. We all should get that. I want that all for us, just saying, all right? So hopefully that made sense, babe, okay? All right. Oh, you're very welcome, babe. Thanks for coming on. Much love and light, Trantzilla. Okay, now let me see here. Okay, Daniel. Okay, or excuse me, Danielle. I meant to say Danielle. I don't know why I keep. Jesus. All right, let me see. Danielle, I dare you. All right, so I'm not giving medical advice, right? Really quick. I'm going to see what the cards say. But you might want to look into, seriously, for real, getting a juicer if you don't have one. and getting organic celery stalks and juicing them first thing in the morning. Just, you know, you don't have to do a whole stalk, like 6 ounces even, at least for 7 days. First thing in the morning, empty stomach, and see if that doesn't turn around some symptoms. Just saying. We'll leave it at that. But your girl here, I mean, I know you're pretty new, so just saying, did some research, and there are a lot of conditions that can be caused by different types of organisms. I'm speaking in code because it's a live stream. But look up that celery juice, detox, cleanse, and see if maybe that resonates for you. Just saying. But you would literally need to make sure that you're drinking it fresh. So that's why I said the juicer. And you definitely don't want to get any kind of celery at all. I don't care the brand name if it's not organic, especially celery. Long story short. But we got a yes, okay? I know it has been like an uphill battle, okay? But at the same time, me being mindful of what just happened in real time and me giving you that tidbit of information that you can take with a grain of salt if you'd like to or not, right? You could take heed, might be part and parcel of that answer, okay? Just saying. Love and light. Take your yes though, babe. Good night, you guys. I love you. Go rest. You have an amazing day ahead of you tomorrow, and I want you to smile about it. So rest up. Smile anyhow. Love and light.